it's Carrie with eatingonadime.com, and today I'm going to show you how to make chicken fajita soup in the crock pot. You get all the flavors of chicken fajitas, but it's in a soup. Remember, link is in the description. Let's go. We are making chicken fajita soup in the crock pot. You get all the flavors of chicken fajitas, but it's in a delicious soup. Sorry, my dogs are so loud. I just chopped an onion and I'm about to cry. Okay, hurry up, get your party over with, say hi. Okay. Woo, stop crying, Carrie. Thank you, baby. Okay, so if you're watching, go ahead. If you need the recipe, just say recipe below. I'll send you the full recipe for chicken fajita soup. It's one of my all-time favorites. I love chicken fajitas, but here in Oklahoma, it just started snowing a little bit, so Mama wants soup. So that's what we're having tonight. It's just super tasty. It's kind of a fun twist on a chicken tortilla soup because we're throwing in all these delicious bell peppers. It's gonna taste just like chicken fajitas, and you're gonna be shocked how simple it is. Now, for those of you who don't know, this recipe is completely for free on eatingonadime.com. You can get the full recipe in the link in the description, or you can just go to eatingonadime.com and search chicken fajita soup, or you can say recipe below and we'll send it to you. Either way, we will get you this recipe. It's a good one, friends. You're gonna wanna make it. Okay, let's get cooking. Okay, I'm using my crock pot. Any crock pot will work. Any slow cooker. Hold on, coffee break. Who here drinks more coffee when it's colder outside? Give me a heart if that's you. You know, give me a thumbs up. Okay, let me get this set up real quick. This recipe is so stinking easy, guys. It's hard to even call it a recipe. Okay, so back to what I was saying is, this recipe is so easy, it's hard to even call it a recipe. You're gonna be shocked. It's a lot of just dumping in a crock pot. So I'm gonna start off with 2 pounds of chicken. My chicken is still kind of frozen. It wasn't completely all the way thawed when I bought it, but that's okay, because we're gonna slow cook this until the chicken is completely shreddable. So it's not a big deal. We're gonna throw in a half an onion diced. I pre-diced it so I would cry a little bit less on my lives or on the video. We are gonna throw in 2 bell peppers of any kind. Normally I do a red and a green just because that's more traditional for chicken fajitas, but all my store had didn't have any green. So we're doing a red and a yellow today. Okay, we're gonna chop these up. So this is gonna be the hardest part, is chopping up your bell peppers. You do want a nice good knife so that way it's easy to chop. In fact, I might switch my knives. I really like my really big knife when I'm chopping. I'm gonna sharpen it real quick. Take a wet rag and make sure I got all those shavings off. Okay, now we're gonna chop this up. Oh yeah, that's a lot better. See the difference? I mean, it's just so much easier. So you want to sharpen your knives before you're doing anything like peppers, onions, tomatoes. So I'm kind of a big fan of just investing in a solid good knife instead of like one of those box sets. It's okay to spend, you know, $50 to $70 on one knife that you're going to use all the time, as long as you're going to take care of it and sharpen it. I mean, we throw these in the dishwasher and they still do fine. So, I mean, I've had these knives for, whew, I can't even remember how long. It's been years. And they're still going strong. So, invest in like 1 or 2 good knives instead of one of those really big box sets. That's my little tip of the day. If you're just hopping on here and you don't know what we're making chicken fajita soup in the crock pot. You get all the flavors of chicken fajitas, but in a delicious soup. Now, if you kind of like, you could like keep these in slices, but since it's a soup, I like to chop them up so that way it fits on my spoon, because I want a little chicken and a little bit of bell peppers in each bite, or in the onions. So if you have uber picky kids, you could throw these in a food processor and they won't even notice them. But I kind of like the texture of them. Okay, we're almost done. Hardest part. If you can chop up some bell peppers, this is the recipe for you. If you're needing the link, just say recipe below and we'll send it to you. It's one of our free recipes on eatingonadime.com. You'll also find the link in the description as well. Okay, I'm gonna get all this out of the way. So that's the hardest part. Done. See, and it wasn't even that hard. Okay, I'm gonna move this over. We're gonna get some seasonings in here. Super simple seasonings. We're gonna start off with some 2 teaspoons of minced garlic. If you don't have minced garlic, you could easily do garlic powder, but you're gonna wanna cut it down to like 1/4, or even garlic salt. I like to do ridiculous heaping spoonfuls because I love me some garlic in everything. Then we're gonna do 2 tablespoons of taco seasoning. Today I'm using my homemade taco seasoning, but any taco seasoning will work. Even like a store-bought packet will work. You just sprinkle it on in. You can even do a fajita seasoning. I'm just using what I had already. If you need that recipe, guys, you can go to eatingonadime.com and search homemade taco seasoning and you'll find a link for this. It's one of our most popular recipes because it's so easy. I just throw it in like an old jar, and then I save the lid. You can save the lid from like a Parmesan cheese or like a big seasonings, and it'll fit right on top of like a mason jar. That way you can sprinkle it in, or you can measure it really easily. Okay, see how good it's already looking? I mean, it's just chicken, peppers, onions, and seasonings. Okay, so now the easiest part is just throwing the other stuff in. The original recipe calls for 2 cans of diced tomatoes, but I only had 1. So I'm just substituting it for the can of tomato sauce. If you have really picky kids that don't like tomatoes in their soup, you could do 2 of the sauces or 2 crushed. Let me get a can opener. My can opener disappeared. Okay, so I'm gonna add that as soon as we get off the video. All I got left to do is add 2 cups of chicken broth. I'll still need to add this in. Real life here, guys, real life, right? Okay, we're gonna add the lid. I'm going to cook this on high since it's later on in the day. You could do low for 6 to 8 hours or high for 3 to 4 hours. You're gonna wanna cook it on the longer end. Now, normally when we're doing a crock pot recipe, I would tell you that you want to wait and add your peppers later so they'll be crunchier. But since we're making a soup, I want them to be nice and soft, and I want those flavors of the bell peppers to go throughout the entire soup. So that's it. All we're gonna do is remove this chicken when it's done, shred it and stir it back in. Then you're gonna top it with your favorite toppings, like sour cream, cheddar cheese, pepper jack cheese, avocado, tortilla chips, any cilantro, anything you want will be delicious on top of this. Kind of like you would chicken fajitas. You can even dip tortillas in the soup as well. And it's super simple and it's super easy to make. So fun, right? Okay, thanks so much for joining me, guys. All you gotta do is go say recipe below. We will send you the full recipe. You can also go to eatingonadime.com and just search chicken fajita soup, and you'll find the full recipe. You'll find a crock pot version and even an instant pot version that you're gonna love. Okay, thanks so much for joining me, and I'll see you next time. Bye, friends.